All right. And so here we are. I believe everything is fine. Hello, everybody. How are you? Hello, Sims. Nice to see you. Do you hear me well? First of the questions. To know if everything is fine. I think it should be working. It should be working even better than the previous lives. Because normally where I am right now has a better internet connection than I did back in France. So we are here to discuss a much controversial topic, which is Reiner and Bertholt. So this should be an interesting conversation. I don't know how many people are going to share, but there were definitely a lot of people who did not agree with me. Actually, it was quite surprising because when I did the poll, a majority of people were agreeing with me, but asked yet for me to make a video to discuss this a little more. So I didn't know exactly what they would like me to elaborate on, but I'll try to elaborate a little more. First of all, let me state the rules for tonight in the chat. Basically, it's just be nice. Be nice, well, first towards me, but then be nice towards each other, because this is going to be a conversation where everybody is going to have an opinion, everybody is going to have their own analysis and everything. We're not here to hate, I do not want any kind of hate spread in this chat or throughout the channel. So we'll make it clean, we'll make it nice. If the chat gets out of control, I'm gonna ban, I'm gonna kick, I'm gonna block, I'm gonna kick butts, and I'm gonna take names. So this is what it is going to do. So that being said, today, I said a couple of weeks ago now that I would not be. Thank you, Zims. And the setup. Actually, I just patched this afternoon. I had no idea how to turn this. The lighting. I did some tests and it was not good at all. So I didn't know exactly how this was going to turn up. I fiddled a little bit with the software and everything, but yeah, apparently turns out to be quite nice. So back to the topic. So I do not read the Attack on Titan comments because spoilers. But when I do post a video, usually the first couple of comments that pop up are the ones that are from the recently released videos. And usually, most of the comments are just one line and everything, so I'm able to avoid them. I see that they are concerned about Attack on Titan, so I do not read them and everything. But for episodes, I believe it was episodes 2.7 and 2.8, I saw paragraphs. People were posting paragraphs. I was like, that's unusual. Doesn't seem to be the format that people post spoilers in or things like this. So I was like, you know what, let me just read them just to see what these are about. And so I read them, and so turns out that a lot of people were, or at least maybe not a lot of people, because like I said, the poll definitely indicated that a majority of people were agreeing with me, but there were some people who were disagreeing with my analysis and disagreeing strong. And I felt like this was, interesting enough and well put enough by these people, so it would be interesting that I would reply. And I definitely did not expect the conversation to go this deep and to take that kind of, scope, if I could say so. So I don't exactly know how we're going to do this. I don't have a plan, you know. I haven't. I know basically what I'm going to say because I know what I think, but I've not like prepared a whole 3 sheets of paper to discuss this. So this is basically going to go along the chat, along what you guys have to say, questions you may have for me, things you would like me to expand on. Uh, right now, we are not enough, I believe, in the chat, so I can post a poll because I would have liked to know tonight how many people here are agreeing with me or not. But right now, there's not enough people, you know, to be any kind of relevant. So I suppose I just jump into the topic right now. If you have anything to say, feel free to just post in the chat. You know, there's no dumb question. There is no dumb remark. Well, there may be dumb remarks. In that case, you won't get any reply from me. You know I am, but everything is fine to ask as far as I'm concerned. So everything is fine as well to say. So if there is something that you disagree on that I'm saying, just say it, put it nicely in a chat, and I'm gonna do my best to reply. There is a slight latency between when I talk and when you guys get the thing and everything and reply, so there may be a couple of seconds between when you post and when I reply, but I'm gonna do my best to reply. If by any odds in the evening the chat, a lot of people coming and everything, you know, there's still the super chat and everything, so you make sure that I do not miss your comment if you have something that you definitely need me to see and to comment on, but nothing, you know, is mandatory, so I'll do my best to try to see everything and make it nice. Hello, Grizzly. So, yes, so just quick, I'll reply off topic comments and especially regarding Weathering with You. I was planning on reacting to it. It was supposed to be the movie that I would be reacting to just after A Silent Voice, but turns out that the week that I was supposed to record my reaction, the movie got taken off Netflix and I could not find it anywhere else on the internet, on streaming. I can't find it anywhere else with English subtitles, because what I do is I always watch movies in the original language subtitled in English. And I cannot find it anywhere and couldn't find it anywhere ever since. So this is why I haven't reacted to Weathering with You so far. But as soon as I can, as soon as it is available somewhere and that it matches with my schedule, I will be reacting to it. I try not to do illegal streams because, you know, because of the channel and everything. I don't want to have any kind of troubles, especially since copyrights are quite hard and everything. It would be bad for me regarding copyright issues, you know, to be dabbling with illegal stuff. So that's why. Thank you very much, Grizzly. So I do believe that some people may, you know, rightfully disagreeing with my commentary of the Reiner and Bertholt thing, but I do believe that some might just have misunderstood what I meant, because a lot of people were, or at least the comments that I had, or that I replied to, that I engaged to, in the comment section, were referring to me saying that the characters had no reasons for acting the way they did, and that is never what I said. I never said that the characters did not have any reasons to act the way they did. If you pay attention, what I said is that what they are doing is not to the best interest of anybody as a result. But I never said that they never had any reason to act the way they did. Of course, Mikasa has reasons to act the way she does. Of course, Reiner, of course, Bertholt, of course, Eren, they all have reasons for the way that they want to act. But I've said it in reactions before. I keep saying it, especially if you happen also to watch my Cobra Kai reactions, especially in my Cobra Kai reactions. Justification does not mean being either right, wrong, or appropriate. A justification is just giving a reason for a behavior. And no matter if that justification is legitimate or not, it does not make something right or not. And that is the thing that some people, I reckon, are mixing up when they are either, reacting to what I say or just most definitely reacting to the show itself. The other layer that is there to what I say, just remember that I am, like you, a casual viewer. I watch the show and everything, but every comment that I provide is somewhat influenced by the fact that I am a filmmaker, that I am a screenwriter, that I studied filmmaking and everything. And so I never forget that behind the characters and everything, there is always both a writer who has their own opinion on things, about the way things should go, things should be. And there is always a narrative need. Because sometimes your characters will act in a way that, of course, will fit them, but that is also there to serve a narrative. And so when I'm commenting, I'm never forgetting this. And so sometimes my reaction or sometimes my non-reaction is influenced by this. Because, when it's like everything. You ask a baker, you ask an engineer, anybody who's in their field, when you know the mechanisms of something, I would not say that you get less full, but I would say that it triggers a different reaction within you. Zims, when you question their reasoning, I was wondering what specific actions you are referencing. I can't remember exactly what you mentioned, and I don't want to leave the stream too fresh up. For instance, I'm not that much, that is the thing, I'm not questioning their reasoning, Like I said, every character has a reasoning, and I'm not saying that they should not be reasoning that way. The only thing I'm saying, in my commentary, do not quote me because I haven't I do not rewatch my own reactions 100 times. But what I did in these reactions is I never questioned their reasoning. What I question is their reasoning done in the best interest, with the best results, in the best interest of everybody. That is where my comment is. And that is as far as I'm ever willing to comment, in every reaction that I do. If I want to go into the specifics, let's start with the beginning. Reiner. Okay. Oh, by the way, maybe that's important to say. As of now, I am done reacting to Season 2. Of course, my reaction to the finale of Season 2 won't be before 2 weeks. But as of now, I have watched all of Season 2. I've not watched the OVAs, but I've watched all of Season 2. So if there's any need to reference anything coming up in episodes 10, 11, and 12, I have seen them. So you're warned. So coming to the actions of Reiner, I never said that he was going to do this, he was not going to do this. I never said that Mikasa shouldn't have thought that way, should have thought this way. I never said that Eren shouldn't have... I never said things like this. What I said is the action that Mikasa undertook was not leading to the best result for anybody. That is what I said. I never said she should have thought differently or she should have had the capacity to think differently. I never said this. What I said is the decision that she took was not made to the better effect. That is what I said. The fact that she attacked Reiner and Bertholt, I never said that she had no reason to do so. She had reasons to do so. She definitely did. What I said regarding this is that the fact of attacking them is not leading to the best result of the situation. And that is where maybe in the fire of the action I said it was stupid or something like this. And that is where people got all inflamed. Oh, he said that Mikasa is, acting frantically or without reason. Or I never said she didn't have reason. I just said that the action that she took didn't lead to the better effect. That's as far as my extent of my commentary was going. Seems I definitely agree with you that Mikasa lashing out without thinking it through isn't best for the character, but do you think it's the best choice for the show in terms of writing? I do believe in that's the thing. I do believe in terms of writing for the show, it is the best thing to do. Because as somebody put in the comment section of 2.8, I believe, well, it gives us 2 more seasons, that is my thing, when it comes to, well, basically Attack on Titan, because it doesn't apparently escape the rule, but especially I say that a lot of time in my Cobra Kai reaction. Most of the conflicts that happen in the narrative come from a miscommunication or a lack of communication or a communication that, you axed towards prolonging the narrative. And so this is basically what happened here. If Mikasa never attacked them and they just stood there and talked, well, I haven't seen season 3 and season 4, but I reckon maybe season 3 and season 4 would have never happened. So like you said, Zims, as much as Mikasa acting like this is not leading to a seemingly resolution, if I could say so, a seemingly reasonable resolution, writing-wise, for a show, if you want the show to have dramatics and everything, this is the perfect thing to do, of course. When I'm reacting, I react as a fan. I want the characters, to have happy endings, or I want the characters, to have answers to everything. I want the characters to be well and everything. So, of course, I'm going to rage when they take bad decisions for the story. But writing-wise, like you said, this is the best choice for the show. To continue to create drama, to make us, to twist us in the right sense of everything, and just to make us wanting more and more and more and more. It's basically what happens every time I end an Attack on Titan episode. I just want to jump onto the next and see what's going to happen. And so, quite frankly, I could end the stream here because this is maybe the miscommunication that there has been, or the misunderstanding that there has been regarding my commentary of Attack on Titan, is that at no instance do I say that the characters acted without a reason. Mikasa has always been known to throw everything else away. If even the idea of harming Eren is brought up, I feel like it fits her character as well, and it's what I would have expected her to. Yeah, that's what I would have expected her to. So I'm going to talk about the finale of season 2. So by the way, there's going to be another live stream to specifically talk about season 2 as a whole, once my reaction comes out, and so we do the review, like for season 1. But let me just say this right here. I find that Mikasa's behavior, I don't know if I should say borderline, because I feel like we are a notch above borderline, quite frankly. But it is, I'm gonna say borderline. It is borderline obsessive, and not in the good sense, because sometimes obsessive is good, but I feel like she's, she's on the fence, and she's borderline on the bad side of the fence of the obsessive. In season 2, she's there's the smiling Titan and everything, and she's just there with Eren, and she's just infatuated with Eren, and I'm like, girl, you're endangering not only yourself but the whole how's it called? The whole corps, the whole scouting corps, because you want to save Eren so badly, and she's willing to kill anybody who's in her way, and I'm like, girl, I admire your devotion. Sure, you got a reason, but that's definitely not reasonable. I mean, come on. I'm not, against doing what you need to do to get what you want. I'm definitely not against this. And if it means, so in a show, okay, I'm talking about a show, I'm not necessarily talking about real life here, but if that means you have to kill an enemy, sure, go for it. I'm gonna be okay with you. But the problem I have with Mikasa is that she does not seem to be in control even of herself. She has these impulses that seem quite random, and she does not control them. That's my problem with her. That's not a problem I have with her writing wise. Writing wise, she's written, really well. It all makes sense and everything. But if I want to talk character, have a talk to the character, I would say that's my problem with you, girl. My intuition is crazy on this. Well, I don't know if that's much intuition, it's because if I were to write her and everything, I'd be writing her like this. But it's the delicacy of when I comment and everything. Sometimes I comment on, I judge the character. Sometimes I definitely judge the character, but sometimes I just comment, writing wise, what I think the character is good and not good at. I really don't want to talk about anything which happens later, but these ideas are fully fleshed out in later seasons. Thank you very much for not spoiling. And yes, I'm really looking forward to Mikasa's development, because so I'm going to expand more on my review of season 2, obviously, but Mikasa is definitely the character that I'm, by the end of season 2, the most interested in, character development wise. Not even Eren, and I'm not the biggest fan of Mikasa, just because of the course that she's taken during season 2. She's not my favorite one, and I'm definitely not a big fan of her, but she's very well written, and the course that she's on is very interesting. So I'm really interested to see how bad this could go, if I could say so. As much as I want everybody to be well, I am really interested to see how bad Mikasa's behavior can go, how dire it could be, how dramatic it could be, because I feel like in some ways she has no safeguards whatsoever. I mean, regarding Eren, there is kind of Armin and Levi, are here. But regarding Mikasa, it's like she's gone mayhem and there's nobody to stop her. Nobody is even trying to stop her. And so I am a bit biased because I usually have a lot of sympathy for people who are completely irrational and attach their existence and purpose to a single motive. You know, I get the character's trauma. I definitely get the character's trauma and everything. And that's the thing. I'm not saying that she has the capacity to think otherwise and to decide to act otherwise, you know. She reminds me of a much less extreme version of from Future Diaries. It's not a great show, so I've not seen it. I can't refer to the character, but I believe I get the idea. And the thing with Mikasa is definitely that she right now she doesn't seem in control pretty much. She owns her emotion, she owns her desire, her strive and everything. She owns them, but I do not believe that she's in control of them. Which is my complaint towards her. Not writing wise it's all fine, but that is my complaint towards her as a character. And so, you know, I'm not judging anybody over facts that they have not done. So, when I watched 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, they definitely aren't justified in their actions. Who are you talking about, Sims, when you say that they aren't justified in their actions? And so just so I finish what I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah, when I was watching 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, of course I didn't have the knowledge of Bertholt being in this kind of double persona. I wasn't as aware of Mikasa's obsession because her obsession is really shown in the finale. But it kind of all makes sense, and back then I wasn't judging anybody and I wasn't rooting for anybody really because I was lacking this information to make any kind of judgment. Well, a lot of people seem to have already had some kind of judgment by these episodes, which is quite, well, I would say not surprising to me, yet not so measured, I would say. So when I root for characters like Mikasa, it's not about rooting for their motives, but rooting for them to improve. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, well, you know, in a way I'm rooting for Mikasa to grow and everything, and in a way I'm glad that they make characters like her, because otherwise it would be flat, otherwise it would be but it would still be interesting, because I'm really, as a writer myself, I am faced with a problem. Because the easiest thing, you know, when you're trying to make a narrative and everything, the baseline of a narrative is to have a character with all the problems in the world. So through the narrative, you can, you know, resolve them. But my question would have been, if you have a character with no problems, can you still make a good narrative out of it? And so when I see characters with Mikasa, I'm definitely interested, you know, to see how they are going to overcome their struggles. But as much as I'm enjoying them, I'm like, it's kind of easy, and I sometimes get a little bored, not gonna lie. And so getting back to Reiner, a lot of people, here's my problem, or at least the problem that I had with the people who were, you know, arguing in the comment section, is that all of them, and when I say all of them, I do mean all of them, were trying to argue, but the problem is that the way and if you're seeing this, hello, the way that they were arguing, building the argumentation was not holding because they were starting with the fact. Okay, great, you start with fact, that starts well. But then they fell into the assumption and they made a conclusion out of it, which is definitely what you can never do in an argumentation. If you want your argumentation to hold up, to hold apart, you have to stick to the fact and prevent any kind of interpretation. Just the fact, just the logic, the conclusion. And the problem is that we're starting with the facts. Right there, I'm okay. But then they fell onto the assumption, and from the assumption they go to the conclusion. No. From the moment you start with, I think that, or it's obvious that, or of course that, you're just throwing your argumentation into the bin, because it's part of an interpretation, it's not part of a demonstration whatsoever. And so this is the thing, when I was in the comments, if you've read them, when I was talking about the fact that we do not know what Reiner and Bertholt's intentions are. People were like, oh, of course they were going to do that, or well, I think that they were definitely, no, yeah, all right, you think, you thought, doesn't mean that they were. It's really hard to talk about Reiner at this point in the story. I kind of reckon this because, of course, commenting on I did in 2.6, 2.7 and 2.8, knowing now what I know from the end of the season, I would say something totally different, or I would analyze the thing maybe differently. And this is where sometimes I was like, in the comment section, guys, beware of the spoilers, because some people were so obsessed with trying to argue with me that I was like, in the back of my mind, I was like, maybe they are trying, to challenge my analysis because they know some things that I do not know yet. Which is, I'm like, guys, maybe do not try to argue so hard, because I reckon you're trying to make me change my mind because you know things that I do not. And you're somewhat spoilering me a little bit. Grizzly, I understand everything you said about Mikasa's impulse and all, but I want to say that the writing is amazing. Everything's been planned and it all makes sense once you finish the series. And with Reiner and everything else, it seems to have. I totally agree with you, Grizzly. They just argue spoilers to you. Kobana. Yeah, that's right, Kobana. So Grizzly, I totally agree with you. The writing is amazing, and like I said, as much as I'm criticizing Mikasa as a character, writing-wise, so I wouldn't say it's flawless because I have some grudges, but writing-wise, just like this, it all makes sense. And like Sim said before, if you want the narrative to continue, of course she has to take, not only her, but other characters and everything. Of course, some of them have to make decisions that are not in the best interest, to come to a resolution, because otherwise the show just ends in 10 episodes and that's it. There's no drama. So yeah. And yes, Kobana, they'd argue just spoilers to me. And so I was like, as much as I'm trying, to explain my point and everything, sometimes people were replying in a way that was somewhat indicating to me that I was wrong to think so of the characters, but I was like, maybe don't tell me that I'm wrong to assume so, because you're kind of spoilering without saying what the spoiler is. They're kind of like, you're wrong because I know some things that have come up and that make what you're saying wrong. And I'm like, people sympathizing with Reiner at this point obviously have received more explanation for his motives. Well, I'm sympathizing with Reiner. I was kind of already sympathizing with him in 2.7 and 2.8. I'm definitely even more sympathizing with him now, having being done with season 2. but I was already kind of sympathizing with him before because the guy was in a tough spot, you know. Here's the thing. Somebody who has a lot of empathy, but I do not necessarily have a lot of compassion, which are two different things. Empathy and compassion are not the same thing. I do believe that I'm really good at feeling what somebody or a character is feeling and why they're feeling it and everything. Doesn't mean that I'm going to be sobbing over them, or doesn't mean that I'm going to be mad at them necessarily or something like this. And I have the same thing with Eren. You know, Eren is that angry little boy. I reckon some people are not going to be happy at all with my reaction to 2-9, I believe. This is where there's the big conversation and everything. Because Eren's behavior is all over the place. And I was quite happy because I started to feel like I was maybe too remote to Eren's feelings. But then Ymir jumped in and was like, Eren, please do not act like this. And I was like, oh, well, if another character is saying it as well, I may not be so off key. So I was like, okay, let's just roll with it. And spoiler alert for those of you paying attention here, episode 2-9 wasn't my favorite, and I didn't react much because most of the episode I was just frowning and trying to wait for Eren to compose himself and to have real development, because episode 2-9, it was a lot of stalling in my opinion. Oh my god, gaming. No, Omega Gaming. Sorry if I'm butchering your your username, but nice to see you. We specifically made our comments without a biased opinion on the show. I think you'd understand that. Okay, so it was not for me. But nice to see you. And so, yeah, the thing is, in 2-6, 2-7, and 2-8, I was not adamantly judging anybody because, like I said, I was lacking information, I was lacking understanding, and as long as I do not have these answers, no way you're gonna ever see me put a judgment on everybody or pick a side. That's the thing. You're gonna see if by the end of season 2 I picked a side or not. But as long as I do not have an understanding to the situation, I'm not picking any side of anybody. Grizzly, thank you very much for the super chat. That's very nice of you. Well, I have to go, but I'll leave you with this. That's really appreciated. Thank you very much. From the bottom of my heart. And of my wallet. Thank you very much. That's very nice. Hope to see you soon. Take care. And so I did not because I believe some people may have been under the impression that I was rooting for Reiner or defending Reiner or anything like this. I was not, I was just trying to find a middle ground. And as much as I said that Mikasa attacking them, was not a wise move, I said that of course Reiner and Bertholt were not innocent of anything. But I mean, as long as you do not understand something, do not make any judgments. The same goes in that whole story, Titans versus humanity. Of course, people are going to root for humanity from the get-go. But I feel like by the end, even of season 2, but just starting from that twist, of to 6 and to 7 and to 8, there are some shady shit happening. There is so many shady shits happening that I'm not even rooting for humanity necessarily. Because there's been narratives before where the good guys turn out to be the bad guys and you just never knew it. And you've been rooting for them from the very beginning. So I'm like, I want to know why they broke the wall. I want to know why they want to exterminate humanity. I want to know all of that. And as long as I do not know this, who am I to say that humanity deserves to live? I'm like, of course I'm human, but doesn't mean that maybe we're not the bad guys. Who knows? Oh, not gonna lie with you guys, I've been tattooed last week, and they never tell you about. If you think about getting that tattooed, let me just tell you that. Of course, they tell you about the pain of getting a tattoo, but they never tell you about the itching that you get while the tattoo is healing. It itches like hell, and they do not tell you that, and it's death. And I'm dying just right now. Oh my goodness. That being said, I believe that was the whole extent of what I needed to say. If any of you guys have any questions regarding what I may have said before, or maybe even kind of off topic, if you feel like it, feel free. And Bertholt, I'm still not over the fact Bertholt is the Colossal Titan, because that guy seems so sweet. He's just so innocent, so sweet. By the way, I remarked something. No, I'm going to leave it for the season 2 review. Because I even have questions myself. It's, as always, fake questions, because I have questions that I share with you guys, but I do not want you to share any answers with me. It's a tough spot. It's a tough spot when you're reacting to a show that, you're behind and people are so passionate about and everything. It's because you're exposed to either first saying something dumb or deemed dumb by the people because, they have the answers later on. Or you can't just interact at all because, like I said, people are maybe going to try to react to what you said, but by doing so, the way they articulate their answer may be spoilery, because you're gonna give an opinion and they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's an interesting opinion. Let's see if you feel the same by the end of which season," and you're like, okay, so that means that in the season there is something that's gonna happen that's gonna make me change my mind, and you're like, it's nice, but come on. I understand that at that point we may not know the answers and motives behind our actions, regardless of whether that's justifiable or not, but I don't think that means Mikasa was wrong in her actions. No, I don't mean... That's the thing, I never said she was wrong in her actions. And that's the thing. I believe you may be confusing the meaning of something being justified and something being right or wrong. Everybody is justified. Everybody has, well, not necessarily everybody in life, but everybody, let's say, who is sane is justified in their action. Everybody has a reason to act the way they do. Definitely Mikasa had a reason, definitely Eren has a reason, definitely Reiner has a reason. Everybody has a reason. That is what justifying means. But like you said, it doesn't mean that she was necessarily wrong, but it doesn't mean that she was necessarily right. And that's the thing, I was not judging the fact that Mikasa should have been able to think otherwise, or should have taken a different, decision to be right. She took the decision that she took, and all right, she owns it, she runs with it, and whatever. The thing that I said in the reaction is that the decision that she took was not leading to the better effect and was not leading to the better ending. But like I said, that's brilliant writing because it gives us drama and it gives us like 2 more seasons, so what is the speculation? The fact that I said that it did not lead to a better result. No, it's not speculation. It's a it says the situation. Better being it's, and I talk about better options, better possibility. So if I take, so you said, assuming that there's a possibility that they will get answers, or that there is a better path. So regarding what I said about getting answers, I never said that we would get the answers that we're looking for. I just said he would get answers. He would get some kind of information. No matter, that information is answering his questions or not, is something, But at least going with him, he's going to learn. Well, what he's going to learn. I don't know what he's going to learn. Is he going to learn that they're not bad guys, or maybe just learn that they don't want to kill him, or maybe just learn that, they have a bigger boss behind them, I don't know what they're going to learn. I don't know what answers he could get from them, but I just know that he's going to get information from that. That's not that's not speculation. He goes with them, he gets information. Even though they are not answering his questions, he get answers. And that's basically what happens, because they never answer his questions in episode 2-9. They never answer his questions, but he gets information. That could still be unwise. I agree. That could still be unwise. And the fact about a better path, better here being defined, I think I addressed it in the comments, better being defined as a possibility of improvement. The situation about Eren resisting them and everything, it just leads to stagnation. The possibility of betterment goes, if he goes with them, there is the possibility that he learns and that he gets a possible solution, at least whatever happens with them, there is a possibility that it would lead to a better situation. That is what you should understand when I say the possibility, a better possibility. The possibility of a better ending, that's what I say. Or a better path. That is the possibility of improvement. So on that basis, going with them is the better path, because not going with them is just stagnation and they do not improve anything. They just stay in the situation where they are already. The show still isn't done, so obviously there will still be conflict and unanswered questions of some kind, even when you catch up. Yeah, so as I understand, part 2 of season 4 is coming in December or in the winter, something like this. We'll definitely be caught up by then. But yeah, I'm not saying, that the path of the better situation, of the improvement, is necessarily the wise one. but I'm saying that this is the one that could lead to better results. There is also the possibility that they can't find these answers in a more controlled, different scenario. Yep, definitely. Yep, you're right. Yeah. I'm not going to argue with that because I agree. But that is where Attack on Titan is really tricky. It's because every character is acting, and you're kind of obviously you never know what would have been the alternate outcome for sure. But it's hard to or at least for me, it's hard to root for anybody because I feel like it's. Who do you want me to root for? Everybody is in their right mind, except maybe Reiner, but it's understandable. So while Mikasa may have acted rashly going with Reiner and Bertholt, is also possibly rash. Yes? Yeah. It's a decision to be made on spot. Whatever decision is made, it's a rash decision. And I never said, that I said that one decision was more reasoned than another one, but I never said that they would be fully fledged. It's still an on the spot decision to be made. The only thing that I said in the episode, the only commentary that I said is that the decision that she took at that point is not the one that led to the better resolve. Resolution, not resolve. Resolution, sorry. It's kind of like the analogy of the scorpion and the frog crossing the river. Sorry, I don't know it. I don't know it. Should I Google it? Scorpion and frog. The scorpion asks a frog to carry him over a river. The frog is afraid of being stung, but the scorpion argues that if it did so, both would sink and the scorpion would drown. The frog then agrees, but midway across the river the scorpion does indeed sting the frog, dooming them both. Yeah. I mean, it's basically like the Joker. Sometimes some people just want to see the world burn. You can't reason with them. Because as much as, liking somebody and not liking them does not necessarily mean you cannot trust them. And I don't remember, maybe it was you, Omega Gaming. Sorry, I'm butchering your name, sorry. Maybe it was you, maybe it was somebody else, but I think maybe it was you. But nevertheless, somebody in the comments argued that there was no reason to trust Reiner and Bertholt to stop attacking humanity if Eren went with them, because this is what they told him: if you come with us, we won't be attacking humanity anymore. And somebody argued that I said you can't trust them. I never said that he should be trusting them. I just said that this was the better deal that he's been offered in a long time, and that it may have been worth taking the shot. I mean, Somebody said I was being naive to think that. I never said that that I was trusting them, that this would necessarily happen. I just said that this was the better deal they ever got in a long time, the better offer of a deal they ever got in a long time, and that it may have been worth taking the shot. Because I mean, when you're left with nothing and the promise of an improvement, I mean, taking the promise of improvement is better than nothing. It's the thing, if you'd rather be alone or in bad company. But yeah, it's a difficult situation, when you're enemies. Because, yeah, it doesn't mean you can't trust the other one. It doesn't mean that they're always lying. It's what happens in episode 9. Bertholt tells Eren that he cannot transform into a Titan yet again because he is regenerating and energy and everything. And Eren is like, oh, you think I'm going to trust you and everything? And I'm like, well, boy, it's not because you do not trust him that he is necessarily going to be lying all the time. It would be quite painful, actually, even for Bertholt. And that's the thing, when I think it's important to know your enemy. And when you don't know them, just take a shot. Because sometimes there's just nothing better to do than just go for it and see what happens. You can't play it safe only so far, but comes a moment you have to jump in, and that's it. So yeah, by the end of episode 12, 12 episodes in this season, as of today, you still see I'm still quite not adamant on anything. Because I just don't like being adamant on anything, really. Well, a lot of people in the comment section were adamant on a lot of speculations. And I just treat speculations as they are, which means they are speculations, and I do not treat them as facts. Even my own speculations, I do not treat them as facts. I just think things and share them and just see what comes out. Where are you at again in terms of the show? So I'm done with season 2. I've not watched the OVAs. I've not started season 3, but I'm done with season 2. So I've seen the frantic finale. I'm gonna say it like this. But I have to say the next two episodes 9 and 10, were not the most interesting reaction wise. I think I'm gonna play it fair. Because it was a lot of conversation, because I was kind of jaded, I'm growing jaded of Eren's angry behavior. Because, or maybe it depends on the context, but in the ninth episode, you want answers, and Eren's behavior is preventing you from getting any kind of an answer or explanation. Or so most of the episode I was just like waiting for something to happen. Yeah, well, it makes for an interesting show, but it's all about measure, in my opinion. And I'm going to expand more in 2 weeks' time, or 3. I don't exactly know, when my reaction to the finale is out, and that I do a live for the season 2 review. But I'm gonna say it here, since we're talking about it. I'm more interested in Mikasa's flaws right now than in Eren's, because Eren's have been the same for 2 seasons, while Mikasa's have really grown during the seasons. So that's my complaint writing wise, is that Eren's has no character development whatsoever, while all of the other characters have. Eren and Sasha. um, Sasha, I'm still. I don't know if that transpires during my reactions, but every time she appears on screen, I'm just taking it as it comes, and I'm not saying anything really. Because I don't know, she feels kind out of place to me. Even, I feel like we have somewhat other goofy characters, in the show. But she's of another kind of goofy that I do not feel like has its place in the show. And that is what bothers me with Sasha. Sasha is not the problem that I have with the character in itself. That's a problem that I have writing-wise. Well, it's both. It's both. But I believe it comes from the writing in itself surrounding Sasha. So yeah, the grudge that I had with her in season 1 hasn't been resolved in season 2. Unfortunately. People are so mad at me because I didn't like Sasha, but I think that the humor that they bring with Sasha is not in harmony with the rest of the comedy in the show and everything. Specifically, I think it was in season 1, Forest of the Giant Trees, or something like this, in the episodes when they were trying to catch the female Titan. She has a conversation with Mikasa about animals, I don't know how you call that in English, when they scream, the last scream, and everything. The comedy that they were trying to bring in that conversation really felt out of place for me. It didn't make me laugh at all, because it was like the situation is so dire, and even the character of Sasha, is quite dramatic at this point. Yet they decided to make her move and act in a way that is meant to be comedy, but because everything around it is so dire, didn't make me laugh really. I believe maybe it would have been a little better if the character of Sasha in itself wasn't so serious at that moment, but she was serious, so it was. But yeah, the characters that I can tell you I'm really interested by now are Mikasa, Reiner, Bertholt, Himia, and Krista. Historia. I don't know if people are referring to her as Krista or Historia right now. I'm gonna keep calling her Krista because this is the natural thing that comes to me. I'm not used to calling her Historia yet. But yeah, I believe that I have answered all the controversial topics. Armin, yes. Armin, I forgot Armin. No, of course Armin. Of course Armin. But I mean, but we've seen less of Armin in this season, so I'm not as hyped as the others because it's been hard at the end of the season with the other characters and a bit less with Armin. But of course, I'm a big fan of Armin in general. The thing, by the way, that I noticed, because we're talking about Armin, there is way less peaches in the season 2 than in season 1. Way less. In season 1, it was like there was one speech by episode, and it was like a speech of 3 minutes every time. In an episode of 20 minutes, it's a lot. Armin and Erwin are my favorite characters as well as Reiner. I would agree. These three are terrific characters. They're terrific characters. I'm still left, to see more of Erwin on a private notice. Because we've kind of had access, to Armin's personality and inner thoughts and everything. Same for Reiner now. But with Erwin, we've always seen him, and I believe I say that in the next reaction. But we've always seen him quite so pristine, and basically on his horse. And I would like to see him. How could I say that without sounding? I was about to say I would like to see him, to talk to him, on his bedside, but basically meaning in a more intimate context and where he's a bit more vulnerable. There's a big shadow on me because of the mic, but anyways, I'm not posing for the Vogue magazine, so any characters that maybe you hate as of season 2? Is there any character that you're... Because I feel like me hating on Sasha is quite the unpopular opinion, but I don't know if I'm supposed to hate on somebody else. Because since I do not read the comments, I definitely never know going into the next episode what people think of maybe what I said before, or a situation, or characters, or So so it's quite a strange experience as a reactor. Because the other shows I know what people think, but this one no. So I never know if I'm on a unpopular opinion or not. Especially on a show like this where people are so passionate. I expect people to have very, very strong opinions. But I don't even expect them to have. I know that they have. For a fact. And don't you think that I have to say that I was really, really surprised in that episode 26 thing, or even 27 to 8. I was really surprised by Anzi's reaction to it all. I would have expected her to be a little more composed. And I was really, really surprised that she was so in on killing Reiner and Bertholt. I'm still puzzled by this, and I'm not so sure if it is because there is something that I missed about the character, or if this is something that definitely comes from the writing. You agree on that? Yeah. I didn't comment too much on it because I was kind of I was willing, to see the rest of season 2 before commenting on it. But even by the end of season 2, I'm still, let me just say it right here, I'm still unsure if this is something because I didn't catch something about the character in itself, or if this is just a flaw from the writing in itself. On that one, because it felt so far off for me that I'm allowing myself to question the writing. By the way, question, I never check, but if you could tell me, is the anime written by somebody else than the manga or not? Because that is something that I never checked and I'm afraid to check. Because I'm afraid I may stumble across some details that are gonna tell me this is different from the anime or from the manga and everything. Ooh. Yawning, sorry. I'm still on the jet lag. To me, it's actually 10 p.m. as I'm living right here, but in my head it's like 2 a.m. So I'm like, actually not so sure, but I do know that Isayama is very heavily involved with the show. Okay, because this is something that, because I don't know how animes are written and crafted and everything, because obviously I dabble in the Western filmmaking, and on TV series, even though you have a showrunner, you still kind of feel who's writing an episode, if this is the showrunner, or if it's not, or if it's somebody who's writing for the first time for the show, or if this is something who's written before. You still kind of feel these things, and so that is why I'm allowing myself to doubt about Anzi's writing in these few episodes of the season. Because then in 2.7, she kind of passed out, but or 2.8, I don't remember. But for the rest of the season, I kind of got back the Anzi that I knew from before. But yeah, she really surprised me in episode 6, and not in the good way, because and that's what I was like. Come on, guy, it was Connie, please. I'm still Connie. You did not process quite rapidly that Bertholt and Reiner were the Titans. I was like, come on, guy. Actually, sorry, there are different writers and directors for episodes. Okay. But I suppose, yeah, Isayama must be close to the production, yeah. So I guess we'll never actually know, but I wonder if this is something that comes from the adaptation in itself, or if this was always meant to be like that, or if it comes from the fact that it's a different writer, or I don't know. We'll never know, I suppose, but Connie wasn't there for the meeting. No, I know he wasn't there, but I was like, could you put 2 and 2 together? I mean, but I know, of course, he wasn't there, and it's like Hannes, when he came to the wall, he was like, I mean, he got on the wall and he was like, oh my god, the Colossal Titan. I was like, man, it's a Colossal Titan. You couldn't see him from a kilometer away. I mean, come on. It's, guys, sometimes it's like fourth wall breakings, I don't where was it? It's basically that thing where you think you leave a room and the thing stops to exist. So basically it's like, as long as Connie and Hannes were not in the scene with the Colossal Titan, it's like, for them it wasn't existing. But yeah, I was really pleased to see Hannes in this season, if I could say so. Object permanence. Yeah, could be like this, could be that, yeah. Could be the word permanence, yeah. Could be the term that I was looking for, indeed. But yeah, Connie, the village. So I'm really... Attack on Titan is very inconsistent sometimes. And this is where I say that, sometimes there is coherence and sometimes there are narrative needs. And sometimes characters are so quick to see something, and sometimes they are so low to see something, and it doesn't make sense to me, coherence wise. Because definitely, the fact that they figured out season 1, the fact that they figured out that Annie was the female Titan, the fact that now they figured out that Reiner and Bertholt were the Colossal and Armored Titans before we did. Although, of course, Reiner you could kind of see because of the hair. The fact that they figured this out, but it took them so long to figure out that the villagers must have been turned into Titans. To me, I'm just like, come on, guys. Deva is honestly the most level-headed character, maybe Armin actually. So I have to say, with Rivai, the no regrets OVA makes me doubt Rivai, because I still do not know if he's definitely level headed or if he's just repressing everything. Because before seeing the no regrets OVA, I was thinking that he was indeed genuinely level headed. No matter if, he was like this ever before, if he became like this, doesn't matter. In my opinion, he was genuinely level headed. But having seen, the No Regrets OVA, I'm questioning if he's indeed right now still genuinely level headed or if he's just repressing his emotions because he's been shocked into this in the No Regrets OVA. Even though it's been, I don't know, whatever time before, but that's the thing. And I mean, it took a lot of crying, but he's definitely gotten there, and I'm quite happy about it because with Armin, we really get progression, true progression, and I'm really fond of it. Because with the others, it's with Eren, there is no progression. Mikasa, she's on her own course, But plot-wise, we really get a progression with Armin. But my only complaint surrounding Armin's writing this time is the fact that everything that he is processing is revealed to us in some kind of flashback and in one sitting. So I don't really like it that much. Any theories about Armin's parents? That's the thing. I never talked about it, but I asked myself the question of Armin's parents when we had the flashback in the end of season 2 with Carla. We see Mikasa and we see Carla talking to Eren and everything. And that's something that I thought to myself, but during editing and everything, not in the reaction. And I was like, we know of Mikasa, we know of Eren, we don't know of Armin. And so I have no theories about Armin's parents, but that's something I do. Because, that's the thing. When I do a reaction and I do the post-reaction discussion, it's hard and I do not, react afterwards. Well, I have thoughts afterwards, but I cannot go back and record them and put them in the reaction. I could do so, but it's tedious. And I just noticed that there is very few blonde people in the show. By the way, there's no black people. I don't recall ever seeing a black guy. But the guy, I mean, I thought at first that the Beast Titan was Eren's father, because I don't know why the facial features and everything kind of seemed familiar. But the guy that was on top of the Beast Titan at the end of the finale, he is blonde. So I'm like, But yeah, we never saw anything about Armin's childhood, family life, anything. So I'm like, I have no theories at all. I thought about it once, but I never dwelled on it really. Not enough, so it would be worth of me talking about it. By the way, I don't know if you're hearing this, but maybe you're hearing some sound. I believe my parents may be, I don't know, whatever. So yeah, that Beast Titan. So I don't know if, because like I said, people said that Ilsa's Notebook OVA could have been spoilery for season 2. I see how, but I believe I'm still happy to have seen this one before season 2. Because during Ilsa's Notebook, I spent quite some time being just baffled by the fact that the Titan was talking. And I believe that in the first episode of season 2, I would have missed on looking forwards to having the character reacting to talking Titans. Because I would have just been baffled by Titans actually talking. And I was happy so that I was more hyped about the fact that I was looking forward to seeing the character's reaction to this. So I did not check, by the way, what were the OVAs that I need to watch before jumping into season 3, but I'm definitely going to be reacting to them as well on the channel before jumping into season 3. Between episode 2-3 of season 2 would make sense. It would make sense. Yeah, if you want the big reveal of the Talking Titans being with the Beast Titan, it would make sense. But what was really curious to me about the Beast Titan is because during the whole season I thought that it was a genuine Titan. And then in the end, there's a guy in it. It was a bit confusing because the Beast Titan was like, we're talking the same language, right? And everything. And he didn't know about the maneuvering gear and everything. So it's puzzling. It's puzzling. I'm thinking maybe, there's a tribe of humans out there where Reiner and Bertholt are from, but yet again, it's like they knew of the Beast Titan without knowing of it and everything. It's really weird. Yeah, because Emir's name isn't actually said in the anime until episode 2 of season 2. Yeah, right. When watching Ilsa's Notebook, I didn't realize I was like, the Beast Titan is like, not the Beast Titan. The Titan that is in the OVA was like Emir's people. And I did not realize that Emir was a person. I just thought that it was the name of a people, the name of a tribe, of a place or something like this. And I did not realize it was an actual person. And then, so I think I said it, maybe it's in my incoming reactions, but somebody in the comments, because I read one comment that was spoilery. Well, I don't know if it's spoilery or not. Do not tell me, do not answer this, but just know that somebody in comments said that there was another Emir and that the Titan was not referring to this Emir. So I do not know if this is true or not. Do not tell me if this is true or not. I don't want to know. But just know that I read this comment. If this is a spoiler, you feel free to go. I don't know. Feel free to hit that guy. But I read that, so if I do not have any reaction to another Emir showing up, that's why. But yeah, it's really confusing, even with Emir's story and everything. Humans turning into Titans. I'm not even sure when Ymir turned into a Titan for the first time. I'm not sure if this is all Titans or not. There's a lot going on. And by the way, so if you're not watching the if you're not a patron of mine, you would know this, but because I say it in the full length reactions, I believe. But during the opening, I watched them, I enjoyed the music and everything, but I try not to decipher too much or to pay too much attention to them because of foreshadowing. Sorry, and I do not want to be, spoiled by foreshadowing. But I have to say that finishing the season 2 now, I have not seen any dinosaur. I have not seen any dinosaur, I've not seen any giant whale. I don't know what that thing about the glowing heart, I believe, is about. Is it just because of the Sasageo? I don't know. But why the animals? I don't know. So maybe I'm gonna find out more in season 3 with the Beast Titan. But yeah, I haven't checked by the way how many episodes there are in season 3. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't get it in my latest announcements, going forwards for season 2 and season 4, we're gonna have English subtitles. So let me just check. Attack on Titan. Where are you? Is it no longer on Netflix? Okay, so season 3. 22 episodes, okay. So we're going back with a long season. I don't know why there were... Do you know why there were only 12 episodes in season 2? It's 2-parter, okay. Yeah, so this is going to be quite interesting, and so I don't know yet. We're going to be ending The Hunting of Bly Manor soon. At first I thought, that I would do more Attack on Titan reactions, but I believe that I'm rather going to use that time to edit movie reactions, because we have the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit franchise coming for the summer, and these are really long movies, and there are 6 of them, so just so we do not spend forever watching them. But yeah, the end of season 2 is not that much of an ending, I feel like. It almost feels like, it was somewhat of a regular episode and they just decided to end it here. It was a little weird writing wise. Bonjo O's other movies aside from Parasite. No, I still have to see Okja. And wait, I've seen another one from him. What was it? Oh no, I still have to see Snowpiercer. People have been recommending me Snowpiercer so much. But you know, I'm still battling with time. Mother from Aronofsky. You Jennifer Lawrence, or are you talking about another? Oh no, Bonjour. Oh, okay, sorry. Yes. Okay, you would recommend it. Okay, because I'll definitely be doing Korean movies, but right now I'm reacting to Korean movies. My top tier patron right now is sponsoring Korean movies, so I've reacted to Be With You. The next one is going to be Flu. Yeah, my reaction to Be With You is on Patreon. My reaction to Flu, I don't know yet if I'm going to bring it to YouTube or not. But yeah, I'm going to be reacting to Bong Joon-ho movies. But yeah, I'm definitely. I know that I'm going to be reacting to Snowpiercer and to Ogja. And so you say Mother, so I'm gonna put it on the list. And so yeah. So Attack on Titan, I don't know if I could. The initial plan was to be done with Attack on Titan by the end of summer, but I was not planning on reacting to the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogy, like I said. But we are definitely going to be all caught up on Attack on Titan before season 4 part 2 comes out, so we'll be reacting to it live. The Wailing. Doesn't ring a bell. No. No, I've not seen it. I think the name rings a bell, but I've not seen it. Did that director make a trilogy maybe or something like that? Because I see the titles: The Chaser, The Murderer, The Strangers, which is the name of The Wailing. I don't know why it's a different title that I have here. Oh yeah. Can you believe it? So the international title is The Wailing, but the French title is The Strangers. That's something ridiculous that sometimes the French do, is that they will replace an English name by another English name for the French title. Satan knows why, but they do. could have 38 episodes of Attack on Titan left, excluding the OVAs. Yes. And knowing that I react to 2 episodes a week, it brings us to 15 weeks or so. But I know that, since I realized that people are really fond of the Attack on Titan reactions, and that I want to be caught up definitely before part 2 is posted, I do not believe that I will necessarily be starting new shows on YouTube. I'm going to be ending The Hunting of Bly Manor, I'm going to be ending Cobra Kai. One Punch Man shouldn't take too long either, because it's not long. And so I believe that I will be, concentrating into posting more Attack on Titans, so I'll definitely be caught up in a timely fashion. The only shows would be left. I'll still do Patreon exclusive reactions, because there are still things that I would want to see aside. But doing the Patreon exclusive reactions allows me to not spend as much time on the editing as it would take. Because the problem is, with posting on YouTube, is that editing takes so much time. So much time. I definitely do. Definitely Attack on Titan. I watched the last 4 episodes in one sitting. Or maybe the last 6. No, the last 4. But I think Attack on Titan, I watched episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe, in one sitting or something like this. But yeah, I do that. But only on 20-minute shows, meaning Attack on Titan, One Punch Man, I think that I watched 2 episodes in a row last time. My Hero Academia, I watched 2 episodes in a row. But I don't do that with 40 minutes long shows. And I do that with Cobra Kai as well. I watch several episodes in a row. I shouldn't, because I have a schedule that I like to stick to, but sometimes the temptation to watch more episodes is just too great, and I crack, and I have to watch them to know. But yeah, reactions will only resume this weekend with Attack on Titan, because I'd like to take, the week to take a bit in advance on editing and everything. And so, because so far I've never really been in advance, I have 48 hours, 72 hours in advance on uploading, or sometimes it's really just on the day. But I'd like to have a bit in advance, so it's a little easier for me. For next season of Attack on Titan. But I don't read comments, really. I've become quite good at it, at avoiding comments of Attack on Titan. But yeah, for episodes 7 and 8, I saw that there were huge paragraphs. People were posting huge paragraphs. I was like, that's not normal. But yeah, I've become quite good at avoiding Attack on Titan comments. But yeah, I'll think about it, because so far it's people have been behaving quite good. I'm surprised. I'm quite surprised, because in season 1 it started well. People were behaving good. Then there was a whole wave of people spoiling stuff. So I said no. And then I don't know if people have been spoiling stuff, for the rest of season 1 and season 2. But I don't think so, because I believe I would have had more notifications or something like this, or more capitalized stuff of people saying do not watch or something like this, because depending on the form of the comments, I know what type of comment it is. If it's a comment that provides information, or if it's just a compliment, or so yeah. When I see paragraphs, I know these. On the most of the time, people who are complaining about something, or people who are very want to share extensive information. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what infuriates me the most. It's not people who are spoiling just for the sake of spoiling, it's people who are spoiling without realizing it. These are the ones that infuriate me the most, because I'm like, come on! Don't you see it? It's big. Doesn't it make sense to you? You know, you're like, because of course people are passionate, you know, and I'm not going to be mad at them because they're passionate about something. I'm somebody who is very passionate about things, but sometimes I just want to take one to just hit another, you know. Just like, come on, think. But yeah, maybe as well, it's like backseat gaming. Yeah, I just think so. But I believe it maybe has to do with the fact that so far my reactions were with French subtitles. So maybe, you know, I mainly had very passionate people like you are just willing to watch a reaction even if it's foreign subtitles, and Japanese people, and I know the Japanese people are very respectful of the spoiler thing and everything, and shout out to all of my Japanese friends out there, and I, because I expect not to make any of you guys angry, but Americans are more prompt to spread spoilers than anybody else. And so I believe that the fact that so far my reactions have not had English subtitles may help with the fact maybe I've not been spoiled that much. Help. Yeah, because sometimes when people are commenting, they try to sway you in a way or in another. But but it's difficult. But I think I said it in the last reaction. That is why I never say comment down below, because on the Attack on Titan reaction, because I don't read them. So oh, pretty good, pretty good. Then you basically know what's up and everything. Because yeah, I'm really conscious. Some people have been telling me, that's the thing. I stopped. How do you say that? I stopped replying to comments of people asking for. Oh, that's a joke. Okay. I stopped replying to people asking for English subtitles on Attack on Titan because I replied once, twice, thrice, fourth, 5 times, 6 times, and everything, and people are still asking me, and I stopped replying because I'm like, just check the other comments. The answer is there. But yeah, from now on we're going to have English subtitles, so hopefully people will be able to follow more, and German, xxxth, yeah, all the simple words. Yeah. And I notice people find funny because I've been told in previous chats when I say Jean instead of Jean or John, or because it's Jean, it's French. By the way, the names in Attack on Titan, well, in anime in general, it's always been curious to me because it's, well, namely in Attack on Titan, it's never Japanese like names, so it's a curiosity to me, but one that is very entertaining, funny. It's fun to have different names, different cultures. So yeah, so we've been live for 2 hours. I believe I've addressed everything that I wanted to address regarding the little controversy, if I could call it like this, little controversy about my comments on episodes 7 and 8, 6, 7 and 8. I do not believe anybody has had pinpointed any other things that I said, because this is basically it. To sum it up, I never judge a character before having a full understanding of everything that involves them first. I never said that any character had no reason to act the way they did. The only thing I said is that the way that they did act was not done to the better resolution of the situation, and that there was a better path, better possible path being defined as the possibility of improvement, meaning that a change in the situation, because not going with Reiner and Bertholt was definitely the sign of stagnation, while going with them could have been the possibility of an improvement in the situation. The possibility of. I'm not saying that it was definitely going to be an improvement, but I'm saying that there was a possibility. And I'm not saying either that they should trust them, I'm just saying that this has been so far the better offer of the deal that they've had in a long time. Because with Annie in the Carbonite and they have no lead whatsoever, and just these 2 guys are the best lead they've had in a long time. So just try to make it work, or just try to pump all the juice that you can from them, milk them. Sorry, it's a trash image, but you get it. Because by killing them, you're going to get rid of 2 guys, but then what? You don't know more. And I think I'll talk about it in the next reaction, but I'm going to say it as well. It's like Platoon's cave, You're worried about trying to kill the shadows instead of actually trying to kill the people producing the shadows in your back. So, did you notice that Bertholt went to bite his hand when the tower was falling? Oh, fine, whatever it was. Yes! Didn't you see? I even made an animation of it in the reaction. I froze the frame and I put a text asking the question if Bertholt was going to bite his hand. But actually, this is something that I didn't. So I didn't really notice it in the editing. I noticed it watching. When did I notice it? I don't recall if this is something that I noticed watching somebody else's reaction to that episode. When did I think it may have been that, but yeah, I noticed it. I became aware of it, at least in the meantime, before jumping further into this season. But I believe that I read somebody commenting on the episode 7 or 8, because then I read the comments for 7 and 8. I think somebody said that it was not going to by design, that he was just protecting himself, something like this, I think. Hello, Nick. Nice to see you. Welcome. Do I watch any other reactors in particular? I watch loads of them. Obviously, Blind Wave. For Attack on Titan, are you talking about, or because I watch a lot of things? I watch gaming, I watch TV shows, I watch movie reactions. Ilman Snow. I think I know the name. Let me just check. I think I know the name, but I do not believe I'm an active viewer. Yes, I think that I've seen these girls, yeah. But I'm not an active viewer of them. But yeah, there are lots of reactions that I watch. I do enjoy a lot of them because they all bring something different, you know, a different eye and everything. The normies, obviously. And I am as much enjoying, you know, the group reactions as the one-on-one reactions, because they bring different things. I realize, you know, doing reactions alone, that there are... Being alone, it gives me the opportunity to elaborate more on what I have to say. But on the other hand, it prevents me from maybe somebody else bringing me their insights and noticing something that I did not notice. So this is the pros and cons, you know, of doing reactions alone. But so I enjoy watching the two types, really. And then, of course, there are some reactions I believe provide better commentaries than others and everything like this. But yeah, I'm done with season 2, Nick. As of today, I'm done with season 2, and I have yet to see the OVAs. So I'm like 4 episodes ahead. That's all. Usually with reactions, I try not to have too much of an advance, because I quite like, you know, to be kind of up to date with people when they're commenting. But since on Attack on Titan I'm not reading the comments, I can just freely go on my own. I didn't check the list. Is it supposed to be at the end of season 3 or not? Because I'm definitely going to be following the list. Because when I asked for the OVAs for season 1, I received a shitload of messages. Like tens of messages on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. And nobody could agree on the order to watch the OVAs, so I just decided to stick to a list that I found, because some people were saying you shouldn't watch them Ilse's Notebook and No Regrets before watching season 2. Some were saying you should watch one but not the other. Some were saying you should watch them now. Some were saying it was mayhem. Nobody could agree. So so I was like, just stick to the list, and that's gonna be it. Because even for myself, it's quite hard, you know, to know sometimes that if it's okay or not to watch this one or not, or because I found different lists, and then people are not agreeing themselves on what to watch, so it's online broadcast order is perfectly fine. Well, the thing is, if I understand well, some OVAs were released afterwards, but then it was said that they were meant to be watched earlier. Much like the Clone Wars, Star Wars The Clone Wars, the episodes have been released in chaotic order, and then there is the chronological order, and the order you're supposed to watch them, and it's basically Star Wars. Star Wars, nobody can agree really on what order to watch them, so... Yeah, I kind of get that, but the problem is basically, with Ilsa's notebook is, do you consider it spoilery or not before watching season 2 or not? So it's this is why people beg to differ, and obviously I have no way to know before watching the episode, so... Well, since, yeah, Nick, kind of yes, but none of them are all that spoilery as far as I remember. That's what I would expect from an OVA, given for the fact that they are extras and not part of the main narrative storyline. I expect that obviously they would not be milestone type of episodes with huge spoilers, but yeah. 3 years before season 2, my goodness. Okay, yeah, 3 years before, that's something. But I have a question. Do the anime really stick to the manga? Just if out there, some people definitely know the end of the anime. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I'll be it's funny because sometimes some people are commenting, stay away from the manga or stay away from the book. So I'm like, of course I'm reacting to the thing. Of course I'm not going to taunt the devil and try to read whatever on the side. The Falcon season 4, but yes, okay. So that's good to know. That's good to know that they stick to it. And the fact that it's well kept secret, I would say, is really impressive to me. The fact that it's not more known in the pop culture, if you see what I mean. Because I feel like there are some books or mangas sometimes, or maybe not mangas because I don't know, I haven't read many mangas, but I feel like sometimes the hype of a book gets it over the secrecy of the movie, if you see what I mean. From the book, you know definitely what's going to be happening. Everybody knows, yet you're still hyped to see how the movie's going to end, even though you know that they stick together. And when it comes to Attack on Titan, I know nothing of the manga. I know nothing of the end, I know nothing of anything, and I'm quite surprised about this. Pleasantly surprised, obviously. So just so you know, guys, it's 13. I believe we're gonna go up to 30, and we're gonna call it it for today, because I'm not gonna do my review of season 2 right now. Like I said, there's gonna be a new live for my review of season 2 with the update of our top tiers of characters and of episodes. If you just want to check my top tier right now, you can go check the live that I did for the season 1 review. But we are going to bring these two top tiers up to date, and I'm going to elaborate obviously more on my thoughts throughout season 2, my eventual theories going forward onto season 3 and everything like this. But yeah, this live was especially to talk about the Reiner, Bertholt and Mikasa and Eren situation. As a community, we do our best to shame those who go out of their way to spoil stuff. But AOT is a real bad example. Everyone wants to spoil. Yeah. And like we were talking before that, Nick, there are the people who are spoiling for the sake of spoiling, and there are the people who are spoiling without realizing that they're spoiling stuff. Like I said, the people who were commenting on about the fact, about my analysis of the situation and of Reiner and everything. At some point I was like, but they are commenting and trying to sway my opinion because they know some things that I don't know yet. And that in itself is somewhat spoilery, because I believe somebody who is not too reflective would not get that it might be spoilery. But somebody like me who is really, really adamant on not getting any kind of spoilers at all, the very fact that some people may be so obsessed with demonstrating something to show me that I'm either wrong or, that I should think something else is spoilery in my opinion, because it kind of tells me that there are going to be some episodes, some informations that might be swaying my opinion in the future. And even though I expect them, of course, to happen, people should never confirm that to me. I was one of those people who disagree with you in the poll and the comments of episode 7. I was very sure to only make judgments based on what you had seen, and I am very thankful for that. But I believe I replied to all of your comments and everything. But if I stop, I'm not shying away. If I stop replying to your comments, or if I do not reply to your comments, it's because I think that it was not well put, or because I believe it was just blatantly dumb or inconsiderate. But I do believe I replied to all of your comments, so do not worry. But yeah, this is the delicate thing. Making reactions, you're exposed to everything and anything. And sometimes it's difficult to judge between what is acceptable and what is not as a spoiler. Some people might consider, because there are some people sometimes also are recommending for me to watch certain type of shows or something like this, and they kind of give me the tagline of the show or of the movie. And I consider this to be a spoiler, because if you want me to react to something, don't tell me anything about it. Don't even tell me what this is about. If you're telling me what Mother from Bong Joon-ho, don't tell me what the movie is about. Just tell me, watch the movie, it's a great movie, and then I'm gonna jump in it. I'm gonna be totally surprised, not knowing what this is about. Because if you're telling me from the get-go, this is a movie that deals about her mother who was pancreatic cancer, and you see her way, the way that she's recovering while dealing with a divorce. I'm gonna be expecting some things. Even though you're not giving me, specific events, specific lines, specific twists or everything. Even though you're not giving me anything of this, you're kind of directing me towards something, and I'm expecting stuff, and I don't like it. I don't like going to something expecting some things to happen. As far as I know, a lot of bigger channels have moderators for comments and posts and stuff. Yeah, bigger channels. I'm still. It's like watching anime openings that are too revealing. Yeah, that's why I'm trying not to pay too much attention to the opening. That's why I'm kind of glad that I do not speak Japanese, because I just appreciate, the music for the musicality of it. Yeah, but the thing about moderators is great when you realize that things really get out of hand, and like I was saying before, so far, spoilers I do not feel have been roaming everywhere in my comment sections, so I'm like, okay. And like I said, the fact that maybe my reactions have been with French subtitles and not with English subtitles may be helping for this, because Americans are spoiling more than everybody else. I didn't say it, but yeah. But now, since we're going to start to have English subtitles, we'll see. Oh. I'm still definitely jet lagged, people. It's good thing you're Australian. Good thing. That's a good thing. So what time is it? Is it 6 in the morning? Something like this in Australia. 10:50. Oh, I'm way off. Yeah, no, in my personal head, it's 3:30 in the morning for me, so I'm soon to head to work. Yeah. Do you work during all summer? Oh, turning this. By the way, let me just say this right here while I'm at it. I'm going to start streaming on both YouTube and Twitch for my gaming in the days to come. I still have some episodes of Resident Evil and Dark Souls to post on the Sanke Gaming channel, and then I'm going to start doing them live. It's 3:30 for you too, Nick. Yeah. Actually, for me, if I want to be fair, it's 11:30. But since I arrived 2 days ago, I'm still. I have 3 jobs, tuning and in my own apartment. So yeah, I gotta work. Good on you. Good luck to you. Not easy being a student. I'm yawning more and more. How is that even possible? So it was quite nice. It was a quite nice evening. I'm quite happy of my lighting. I didn't know how it would be because that room is held to light. It's too big. It's too big for proper lighting. I realized I didn't turn on the K that I put here and the hello that is behind me. I put it here and I didn't turn them on. Is that a C9 necklace? What is C9? My man, I have 2 jobs and an exam coming. Lol, respect, yeah. I don't know what C9 is, but no, this is a Celtic. From Brittany in France. It's on the west coast. And it's Celtic. Oh, a gaming team. No, I don't know. I'm still pretty new to the gaming world. Esports, okay. Yeah, I'm still pretty new, fairly new to the gaming world. This summer I intend on doing a first time playing Minecraft because I never played Minecraft. And I don't know what it would take, but maybe I'm gonna try Fortnite because I've never been interested in Fortnite, but I feel like I should try once, you know. It's gonna be that. What else? I don't know. I know we're gonna do some gaming with my sister as well because she wants to do horror gaming. Should be fun. What sorts of game do I like? Well, I'm interested in anything really. Apart from esports, in fact, really. Trying Apex. I may try Apex. I've been playing Destiny 2. So I'm quite like this. Obviously, a long time ago, I played GTA. I might try to play some, maybe actually this summer, I don't know, during a live. Yeah, I'm going to try to do more lives this summer because as you can tell, my connection is working fine, so I'm gonna try to do anything really on both this channel, on the Sangay Gaming channel, and on Twitch. So it's gonna be quite something. I'm still unsure if I want to, stay on Twitch or on YouTube for the lives, but I'll see what people would rather have. Yes, regarding Detroit Become Human, I'm gonna be playing it in live because I've done the game, but then there are some things that I want to redo in the game. Some things that I either didn't get right or that I didn't get to do the way I wanted them to do because sometimes the controls are a little bit unclear or the choices, sometimes there is a word for a choice and you select the choice and it's definitely not what you were expecting it to be. So I kind of want to go back and correct all of these things so I can have like the outcome that I was maybe aiming for. So I'll be doing this in live. Dual streams, I don't know if my computer or internet connection can endure it, really. But maybe otherwise what I will do when I stream on Twitch, I'll be recording and then I'm going to be uploading it on YouTube. I may do that. So everybody gets it. So everybody gets a chance. But yeah, and initially I wanted to do some vlogging videos as well, but I do not believe I'll have time in the end because typically next week there is the national holiday. I wanted to film, but I don't think I will have. Yeah, there was something that I was planning, but I don't think I'm going to have the time to do it all. Especially since people have voted for me and my sister to react to the Lord of the Rings franchise. It's gonna take me more time than I originally allocated for. So, hello, Matthew. Hello, Nukin. Matthew, maybe too late, yeah, because I was about to go, but maybe I'm going to extend maybe for 5-10 minutes. So Nukin, can you talk about your career as a filmmaker? I'm a new fan, sorry if this is repetitive for you. Hello. So basically, so I'm gonna give it to you shortly. What I did a first year in France, learning, about the technicity of the image. So I did 1 year studying as a technician. Then I joined a school of cinema in Paris, specifically for directing, and then I did several professional projects, ads, music video, announcements, short films, of course. I did a bit of writing for myself because I had a literary background as well before that. Right now, I just finished a short film because I've graduated and everything. So, but I hadn't done my graduation movie because I did 2 versions of it. I did a version for my diploma, and then I had a really fully fledged version just for me and for festivals and everything. It should have been done 2 years ago, but it took way longer than we expected because there was a lot of visual effects and a lot of sound work to do, and we ended it end of June or end of May, mid-June, I believe. And so now he's going to go into festivals. If you follow me on my social medias, you'll definitely have news of it over there, but maybe not before a month, something like this, because we're still discussing the distribution strategy, how we're going to do this with the festivals. And so that's basically it. I'm not a Hollywood director, obviously. I'm still pretty much just me doing my short films and everything. Still trying to write series. I've written an animated kids show. I'm currently writing with other people a sci-fi series, but these are just projects that I'm trying to sell, like a lot of people. But yeah, I have that background with diploma and everything. So this is basically sometimes, like I said, when I comment in my movie reactions or in my TV show reactions, something that I try to bring, and something that definitely is influencing my my thought process a lot. And so sometimes I know that people are bummed because I don't have reactions that they may expect to some things, but like I said earlier, I believe that knowing some of the mechanisms, I don't necessarily get as, I won't say fooled because it's not necessarily getting fooled by something, but I don't necessarily get triggered by the same thing as a casual viewer would be triggered by. I'm well, Matthew. Thank you very much. How are you yourself? Quite like to know. Where are you from? Tell me, people. I like to know where people are from, because I like to know that we are global. Thanks. I decided to drop my ambitions to become a screenwriter, money reasons, so it's nice to see people living my dream. Well, I'm living it with big air quotes, you know. But yeah, I mean, as much as you have to make a living, of course, it's important, in my opinion, to do what you feel like you definitely need to. You only get one life, so as much as you should not be messing it up, do not live with regrets. And if you feel like writing is the thing you need to do, you know. So I say, as much as you had to kind of drop it, you know, because, well, everybody's got to pay their bills, even um, I say allow yourself to imagine someday maybe you could, you know, just even if you write on the corner of your office or something like this, on your desk, sorry, on the corner of your desk, something like this, maybe someday, you never know. From Serbia, wow. And so it's basically in the middle of the night for you. And that's why I don't think you should watch My Hero Academia, to be honest. What is this? By the way, I saw somebody comment on My Hero Academia post not long ago saying that I was kind of faking it or something like this. I don't reply to these stupid comments because I don't have time. I am well, and I am from the United States, California to be more specific. Love how the platform brings the world together. Yes, it does, and that's wonderful. So nice to see you. And so, what time is it? I think it should be 6 p.m. I like your reactions because they feel authentic. I personally think a lot of people search things up on Reddit, etc., and rehash intelligent points. Well, I can't speak for the other people, but I can tell you that I don't, because it would take so much time, and I don't have that kind of time to fake things. The narrative is not that, though provoking, and some of the characters are really poorly utilized. But I'll see, you know, I'm 3 episodes in. 3 episodes in. Yeah, so far I'm enjoying it, you know, because I'm watching so many things that are cerebral. Sometimes I just myself need to buzz off. 6:30 p.m. on Monday night, yeah. Honestly, it's interesting to see someone to get in filmmaking and be introduced to visual and narrative language of anime. I myself, I'm not so much of a talkative person in my movies. I don't like it very much. I try to do something visual indeed. So I really enjoy the anime way of doing things. I really enjoy the sensitivity that it has, the relationship, especially in the movies. In the anime, you know, TV shows, series, it's a little different, but in the animes, I really enjoy it. That's something that I'm really close to. And I believe that it really worked for me in Spirited Away. It didn't work for me much in A Silent Voice. The way it was done was not really my cup of tea. But in the rest, in I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, of all the anime movies that I've done so far, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas was my favorite. Even above Your Name. And Your Name was really beautiful. It made me cry, of course. Yeah, wondering with you. Yeah, somebody asked the question at the beginning of the chat. Wondering if I was supposed to react to it just after A Silent Voice. It was taken down off Netflix the week I was supposed to watch it. So, but I'll be reacting to it as soon as I can find it anywhere, because I haven't been able to find it anywhere else since. Go anime, pretty decent quality there, and it's free. But isn't it illegal? Yeah, because I'm trying to not go illegal. Yeah, yeah, I'm trying not to go illegal because especially since in fact the problem what's going on with YouTube is that if you seen my Spirited Away movie, I didn't post it on YouTube because um Japanese production companies are really, really tough on copyrights and everything. So I'm trying it to go as legal as I can because so I don't get so I don't give them a good reason to block my videos and to attack me. My Blu-rays through the screen. Go ahead. I'll reach. To rent on Amazon kind of price. Yeah, but that's the problem is that I can't on Amazon. It's location locked, and even for renting credit cards from foreign countries are not working. You need to have a USA registered credit card. Yes. Yeah, because a lot of the time people are telling me, you should try this, and I reply, I tried. And when I say I tried, I did try everything and anything. So sometimes, especially on Attack on Titans. So when I say that I can't, it's because I can't. But don't worry, I totally appreciate people who are trying to help me. That's really sweet. Anime community has an interesting relationship with piracy. Yes, I got it. What about VPN? That kind of cheating but not illegal, right? I'm misinformed, so maybe I shouldn't even ask that. VPNs are not working everywhere. When I say I tried everything, I tried everything. Yet again. Is Attack on Titan more or less than what you expected before watching it? I didn't expect anything. So on that basis, I would say it's not what I expected. But the thing is, I did not expect Attack on Titan to be gore. I didn't expect it to be gore. And that's the thing that really surprised me and shocked me, in fact, in my first reaction. I have no problem against gore. I'm a big horror fan, and one of my favorite franchises is the Saw franchise. So, tell you that I have no problem at all with the gore. But I was not expecting to see gore in Attack on Titan in an anime like this. And so maybe that's the thing. Well, I could say it's not what I expected, if I expected anything at all. But no, I had no tagline. I didn't know anything about the characters. I didn't know anything about the tone of it, what kind of narration it was going to be. I didn't really like the first season, almost didn't even pick the second season. Some scenes are just horrific. Yeah. The thing with Attack on Titan, I enjoyed the very beginning, like maybe the first 3 or 4 episodes. Then the second half of the first part, I would say, didn't really like it because it was really stagnating, really redundant. But then the part where they go into chasing the female titan and everything, I really enjoyed. But yeah, past the 4th episode and before the female titan kind of fell flat for me a little bit. It was still, quite exciting and everything, but story-wise, writing-wise, it was really stagnating. Glad I did though, because that's hooked me and it only gets as it goes. I feel like it. Hello! Welcome! First season is kind of worse, to be honest. Once you get further, it kind of makes you appreciate season 1 more. I don't know yet, because I'm only one season past. Maybe I'll think about this going into season 3. I watched to the latest season and I'm still hungry for more story. They are driving me crazy. Yeah, so that's the thing that I don't like about Attack on Titans. That sometimes the way that they want to make more story is contrived, quite artificial. Sometimes well, basically that's what I said. First season, I believe, could be shorter of a few episodes, and definitely you may see in my reaction to the episode 9 of season 2. I believe the episode is 20 minutes long. I believe the episode could have been 7 minutes long, really. Because there's a lot of just stalling. When I watched the first season, I was like, oh god, they just can't catch a damn break. It's like mishap after mishap, and Eren was kind of annoying me, but it ended up all making much more sense. What surprised me most about AOT is how well done the mystery and analytic components were. The details are very slowly unraveled, but it feels so complete once you've caught up, while everything unfolds as it does. I'm Japanese, so I read it in the end in the manga, and it was the best work. I'm definitely going to be reading the manga. Actually, I went into a store. When was it? A week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe. I went in a store and there were the Attack on Titan mangas, but they were in French, so I didn't buy them. But when I saw like the cover page, I jumped in my feet. But it was in French, so I didn't buy them, because I would have bought them, I believe, if they were maybe in English, or definitely in Japanese. I don't know if that exists in Japanese and English. I don't know. But if it's in French, I won't buy them, because I believe that the French subtitles are so far from the original to my understanding. So yeah. The warning, though, the illustrations are kind of interesting. But of course, I wouldn't have read them before finishing the anime, of course. I would have just had them, as an object of collection and of worship. And I would have read them after finishing the whole show. I wouldn't be able to read the Japanese edition. I would not at all. But 2 things. It would be an awesome object of collection. And 2, it would force me to learn Japanese, because that's one of the languages that I would want to learn someday. I'm reading a colored version of the manga, colored by fans. It's beautiful. I heard manga artwork gets better over time. I feel that Serbian translation can be all over the place. Watashi wa... Yeah. I stopped reading. You can never get into Berserk manga. Yeah, Berserk. I've heard of it. You're a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. But yeah, there are some things that I want to get from Attack on Titan. From Attack on Titan, I definitely need to get at some point the manga, the complete anime in DVDs, and I need to make me some cosplay someday. when the coronavirus has subsided, please come to Japan, especially there are statues of it. And Rivai, Noita Prefecture. So I would like you to come. I would love to come to Japan. But I'm broke. Even the coronavirus has subsided, I'm broke. I don't have that kind of money. But I would definitely come someday to Japan to visit. I would definitely. Would there ever be a way for you to receive fan mail? Perhaps we could get you an English edition. Well, that's very nice of you, Matthew. Very, very nice. But so far, I don't have a fan mail and everything because nobody's asked for it. So, so I'm not. My ego is not high enough for me to have established one and just expect people to send me things. So, so maybe later, when because I only have, I only have 8,000 subscribers. I'm still not processing how much that is, but I need, to, maybe when I have 20,000, maybe. Well, I'm glad you gave Attack on Titan a shot, and thank you for making the reactions. We all appreciate it very much. Well, I appreciate very much your presence here and the love that you gave to these reactions and to me and the interest. So thank you very much to you. Because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be doing this, really. Who would you most want to cosplay? Which character? Levi, of course. I'm about the same height. I'm slightly taller than Levi, but we're about the same height. This is basically the only one that I would seemingly be able to cosplay reasonably. Time for you to go. Thank you very much for stopping by. It was very fun. Hope to see you soon. Hello, Tom. I am from France. Nice to see you. Welcome. I would cosplay as Potato the Sachets. Poor you. I'll be on the watch for the rise in popularity then. Be there. Be there. I will continue to support you from Japan. Please do your best. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Arigato. True. Hello. Because I'm asked to all of my Japanese friends. How did I cosplay? Finally, my shortness come in handy. Yeah, that's basically it. But I didn't realize he was so short. I just realized he was short because at some point I had to just figure out the ranks. So I googled ranks in Attack on Titan, and just at some point it mentioned that Levi, his height, just ranks and height and something like this. So I just came to realize that he was this short. Because the military ranks in Attack on Titan are quite confusing, because I understand that the English translation is not matching the Japanese translation concerning ranks and everything, so well, you're very committed to learning English. You've got the best English I've heard from a Frenchman. No, actually, I didn't grow up in France. I grew up next to Canada, so basically I learned I learned English from Canadian people, but then when I moved to France, basically I got influenced by all that is the Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Doctor Who, and their accents, so that's basically it. But most of the people who live where I am right now, because I'm spending time here for the holiday, speak English like I do, so I was cosplay Hannes just to have a solid excuse to walk around drunk. Yeah, it wouldn't be so bad. Actually, fun fact, New King, I'm totally unable to do a French accent in English. I tried once and I'm totally unable to do so. Any anime series planned once you finish watching AOT? Well, right now I'm watching One Punch Man. I'm watching My Hero Academia as an Patreon exclusive series. So I don't know if I'm going to bring this one to YouTube then. But yeah, there are lots of things. There's Demon Slayer, Hunter x Hunter, What else? There's also a chainsaw something. Somebody on Discord recommended it to me. Chainsaw. I don't remember exactly the name, but yeah, somebody recommended it to me on Discord. Chainsaw Man, that's it. Jujutsu Kaisen. So I've seen it a lot. I don't know anything about this one, but I see. Well, it's been on my radar, but I never know. That's the thing as a content creator. You never know if you should be reacting to things that other people have been reacting as well, or if you should react to something different, because it's sometimes a win-win and sometimes it's a loss-loss. Because sometimes when you react to things that other people have already reacted, well, you don't get that many views because other people have already reacted to it. So you're tempted to react to something different, but sometimes the different thing that you pick, well, nobody's interested in it in the end, so it's, So, in a way, Jujutsu Kaisen is on my radar, but no decisions yet. There's also, what's it called? Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. But I don't know if I should watch the regular Full Metal Alchemist before this or not. But it's on my radar as well. How do you think Titans come into existence? And please, chat, don't confirm or deny anything it says. I believe that Titans may come out of sheer will, strong emotions or something, because Eren turned into it. At first, I thought that Eren turned into a Titan because of what his father did on him, the apparent kind of experiment that he was conducting on him. But he definitely turned into a Titan after, leaving a strong emotion in the belly of that other Titan. And then, because I'm done with season 2, I'm going to refer to it now. Ymir's transformation to a Titan seems to have come out of, she was about to die. So another kind of life and death situation, strong power will, something like this. So I think something like that, but it's still very unclear to me. There's so many different things going on with the Titans, with the type of Titans, with the different factions and everything, that I'm not able to piece it all together to make something that would really make sense right now. Not even to me. No need to watch the regular Full Metal Alchemist, just do Brotherhood. Okay, good to know. AOT is my first anime and I've tried Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Okay, Death Note. So Death Note I've watched a long time ago, so I won't be reacting to it. But I haven't been able to really get into them. I end up comparing everything to AOT. Yeah. Brotherhood is faithful to the manga because it came out since it was complete. The original series follows the manga but went past the manga and became its own thing. Don't go too far now. Okay. Death Note is such a classic, yeah. I've also watched Blue Exorcist, of course, so it wouldn't be coming on the channel. Although, I watched Blue Exorcist before there was season 2, I believe. So, because I do happen to know there's season 2, and that the season 2 kind of retcons some things that happens in season 1 that were already different from the manga itself. So it's kind of, so the season 2 just corrects things that were different in the anime, so it fits with the manga. So maybe I may react to season 2, but like in the future, I don't know. I guess I just gotta continue watching. Everyone says it's amazing. My favorite anime of all time is Clannad. I've heard of that name, don't know what it is. Clannad. You definitely should watch Watanabe's classics such as Samurai Champloo, Cowboy Bebop. Samurai Champloo, I don't know what this is. Cowboy Bebop, I've seen the name. Serious comedy, drama, romance, slice of life. Okay. So yes, there's lots of things. Quite honestly, I'm gonna be quite honest with you guys. There are so many things out there that I would want to watch. This is basically why I started to do the Patreon exclusive series. It's because on Patreon, yeah, that's basically it. King, so much content, so little time. I started doing the Patreon exclusive because there's lots of people who would want me to react to a lot of things, but I don't have time to edit them all. So I figured, for people who might be the most able or willing to support me and would want to see these things, I make them available for them on Patreon. But then, when I have time, I'm definitely going to edit some and bring them onto YouTube. But it's just, kind of find the balance between the time that I can give to something, making it available and everything. So the people who really want it, it's on Patreon, and that's it. So right now I'm doing that for My Hero Academia, Lucifer. I might be doing the same for other animes, because I'm not going to do just animes as well on the channel. There are other things that I would like to do. When I'm done with, I believe, Attack on Titan or My Hero, not My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, I'm gonna see. Maybe I'm gonna bring more Attack on Titan reactions, or maybe I'm just gonna try to catch up to Loki, because I'm a huge Marvel fan as well. And because my schedule is so packed right now, I've not been able to react to Loki. And I want to watch Loki because I love Loki. So yeah, I need to find the right balance and everything. Champloo. So yeah, maybe Champloo might be a good call. I was very happy with Violet Evergarden, with the response he got from the people, because that's basically what I said earlier. When sometimes you're tempted as a reactor to react to other things that other peoples have reacted to already, because you know that they are well received or not. But sometimes you're kind of bummed because you'd like to try something different, but you don't know if they are going to be a good reception or not. So I've not watched Vikings. The problem that I was, when I started the channel, it was on my short list of series to watch. And the problem that I had with Vikings is that these are 40-minute long episodes, 50-minute long episodes, and there's like 3 seasons of Vikings, if I'm not mistaken. How long? No, 5 seasons, something, I don't know. Yeah, 6 seasons. So I could do it, but it's yet again a matter of how much time and everything. Because basically, editing one Viking episode is, well, recording them, it's taking me double the time than to record others. Funnily enough, yet, it's easier for me to edit a 40-minute long reaction than a 20-minute long reaction. For the fact that in a 40 or 50-minute long reaction, I definitely know what are the things that I want to feature in the reaction, while on 20-minute long episodes, I have to edit the episodes so it's 10 minutes long, and basically that's whole of the episode. But because extracts are so close to each other, I have to find a right balance between how much I show of the footage and how much I do not know, so I avoid copyright strikes and everything. While on 40-minute episodes, well, the extract that I select are far enough from each other so it doesn't trigger the copyright thing. So that's just a technical note here. You obsessively seek out Your Name reactions. Pretty sure we watched every Your Name reaction. Nice. But then I've watched other Your Name reactions, and it's really interesting to see every people's different reactions and everything. I really enjoy it. My favorite anime is Bokudake go Inaimaki. It's called Erased. Have you watched that? I've not watched it. Might be an interesting thing to do. Send me a since this is one that I've never heard of, send me a message on Instagram or on Discord or Twitter or whatever, so I keep it in mind. There is one anime that I watched once but never completed. It's called Hidan no Aria. I think that's the name. Yeah, and the translation is Aria the Scarlet Ammo. This is an anime that I stumbled across once. I started watching it, and for whatever reason I never completed it, but I loved it. I should go back to watching it from the beginning, because I don't remember exactly the very beginning, but I know that I loved it. I've watched Your Name 3 times and I bought every time. I haven't rewatched Your Name. I might be sometime, maybe doing a watch along live, maybe could be something. Aria, really, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's something that like I said, that I watched a long time ago, and I never completed it. I don't know why. How old is it? So, the light novel 2008, the anime 2011. Yeah, a long time ago. Wow, and the light novel is still being published. Okay, and there are still adaptations and everything. Okay. Yeah, I need to rewatch it. Should do that. Have you ever dropped a series because you didn't want to finish watching it? May have happened. A series that I didn't want to watch. I do not believe, not necessarily because I didn't want to finish it, but because maybe I was bored. There's a Netflix series that I started watching. It is called First Kiss, I believe. No, Kiss Me First. And I didn't. I watched, I'll tell you the first 3 episodes and I didn't continue. But basically because in the end it wasn't so... not necessarily bad, but it wasn't the thing that I really felt like I want to watch to relax, you know. Because the thing is, I watch... obviously, when I want to relax, per se, I'm not necessarily doing a reaction, if that makes sense. Because when I do a reaction, I react and I share thoughts and everything. But sometimes I just feel like being... and watching a series, you know, and not just not talking and phasing in and out. Or what I do a lot is watch something while I'm, you know, editing or something like this. So. Could you see yourself enjoying a sports anime, or is it something that you would that would interest you in the slightest? Ah, you mean like what's the name? I got a name in French, but Captain Tsubasa. Captain Tsubasa. Yeah, because I know of this one, and there's another one with tennis players. I don't know. Because there is a French YouTuber who does a lot of videos. Sometimes he does videos about Japanese anime, but like old school and everything. And so he made a video once on sports animes. So I do know a little bit about them. And so Captain Tsubasa, and the other one that I know of is about tennis players. I don't really know the name. Prince of Tennis, yeah, maybe. So I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't be against it. Since I've never actually watched one, I don't know what it is, how it feels, so... I'll come back to it later. To be honest, first time I watched Batman Dark Knight, I was bored, but later I rewatched and loved it. See, that's something. And to be quite honest, Batman Begins, I don't like it. I don't like Batman Begins. Oh, that's an oldie. Prince of Tennis, yeah. Ping Pong, the animation is a classic. Yaku is the odd one right now. Yaku. I butchered the name. My goodness. I do write that. Yaku, okay. I'm going to copy and paste. Okay, I don't know this one. Basketball, okay. Yes, of course there would be basketball. Am I speaking too close to the mic, maybe? I don't know. Touch, it's an old sports anime, but I watched it 101 episodes. Which is the oldest anime you watched? I think I spelled it wrong anyway. The oldest anime that I watched, well, I think it's a movie. I think it's Princess Mononoke. Yeah, I think it's Princess Mononoke. Yeah, 1997. I don't believe I watched anything older than that. Let me see. I'll just check in Miyazaki's filmography because maybe there's a good indication there, but... Well, spoiler alert, Howl's Moving Castle is going to be the movie of next Monday. So this is going to be the oldest one then. Yeah. Oh, it's actually volleyball. Okay, sorry. Somebody could give me this in one okay as well, but yeah. Spoilers. Megalobox is a good one, super underrated. Never heard of it. A sports anime in which the sports itself is more exciting than the actual story. Have you heard of Steins Gate? I've heard of the name. I've seen reactions. Well, I've seen thumbnails of reactions, but I don't know what this is about. See, another great anime that I would need to get to. If you love sci-fi, I love sci-fi. Steins Gate. Okay, gonna add it to the list. What do you think? Which anime inspired some aspects of Dark Souls? This is a quiz. Is this something that you know that I've seen or not? Cause which anime inspired some aspects of Dark Souls? Oh, Spirited Away, I would say. No, because I mean the Gaping Dragon. Okay, I haven't seen it. Okay, I don't know. Because I found that the Gaping Dragon in Dark Souls really reminded me of the faceless whatever in Spirited Away when it gets all gluttonous and eats everything and turns into a monster. What's your favorite genre and does that vary when it's animation versus not animated? Doesn't vary really, and my favorite genre is definitely sci-fi. But granted, sci-fi is very broad category, so yeah, but no, generally speaking, sci-fi, yeah. So I don't know, Slayer. I don't know. Yes, that when the faces grew and started eating everything, it really reminded me of the gaping dragon reminded me of that because I saw the movie before playing that part of the Dark Souls game. Answer is Berserk. I have not seen Berserk. I've seen Interstellar. Obviously, I've seen Interstellar. Great movie. Great movie. I found it. You can keep on the quizzes. Yeah, of course, I've seen Interstellar, and yeah, there's yeah. Well, only watching your reaction to the first Hunger Games movie, we were synced up on when we were thinking that is bad acting. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the Hunger Games movies. I just have to say it. I'm still quite disappointed with Katniss's character development, but overall, I really enjoyed the movies. Which anime you saw at most episode? Attack on Titan. I just got out what's going on. Hi Lily, nice to see you. Welcome. Just letting you know, but you're coming in on the end of this stream because I'm gonna go not long. I should have been gone an hour ago, actually. I have no interest in those movies, so I can for sign care for sure. Hooray! Interstellar is one movie I wish I could see in the cinema. Interstellar, I did not see in the cinema as ah I did not see it first in the cinema, but I think I saw it I saw it in a cinema, but like not a re-release, but it was like in a cinema, that um, showcases old movies. And if I'm not mistaken, or maybe that was another movie, but I think that it was a film version of Interstellar, like a proper film version, not a numerized version. I believe, if there's such a thing, or maybe that was another movie. But yeah, I've seen Interstellar in the cinema, but like yes, in one of these cinemas, that like to broadcast old classic movies. It's a backfill in the soundtrack, for it is amazing. Yeah, in my opinion, Hunger Games started off strong, slowly devolved as the movie progressed. Well, the last two movies are definitely at the bottom of my list. Catching Fire being at the top, Hunger Games being second, and then the Mockingjay movies are battling each other at the bottom. You told me 5 minutes, like 45 minutes ago, Lily, so you should be. Yeah, yeah, that's what I said. Time flies. But this time I really need to go because I do really need to go. I'm like. But nice to see you, Lily. Thanks for stopping by. It was really nice. But yeah, the anime with the most episodes that I saw, Attack on Titan, I believe there's no doubt on that. And maybe the shortest I've ever watched was Violet Evergarden. Yeah. But yeah, Violet Evergarden really surprised me at how well it paced itself. Definitely no time to elaborate on the other characters, and I would have liked to have more elaboration on the other characters. But at the same time, it paced itself really well, kept it simple, kept it right to the point, and I'm surprised how much emotion they were able to, pack into 20 minutes, really. Violet Evergarden. Do you live in France? Because it's getting pretty late. I'm not in France right now. Right now, I'm by the Atlantic side of Canada. But when I was in France, I was doing lives at this hour because I know that it's the better hour for people in the United States and people by Japan, New Zealand, and Australia. So being in France sucks when your audience is anything but European. Well, there are some Europeans, but But no, right now I'm not spending summer in France, so it's a better hour for me to stream. But I arrived here like 3 days ago now, so I'm still jet lagged, and so I'm pretty tired. And my Violet anime for the sheer visual detail, yeah, really beautiful. The visuals and the music. To me, the music really fantastic. It's almost 5 a.m. Yep. Well, to me it feels like it's 4 a.m. 4:23. Yeah, I'm definitely going to stop at 30. Yeah. No. So if you have any last remarks, comments, questions, that is the moment. Because I'm going to be fire speed answering them. Kyoto animations, yeah. Yeah, they're really great. I will stay hydrated, but right now I'm not going to lie, I've been talking non-stop for 3 hours. My throat is aching, not gonna lie. Yeah, so by the looks of it, my reaction to the finale, I was just checking in, my reaction to the finale of season 2 should come on July the 18th. So we might be doing... I don't know if we'll be doing the live the beginning of the week, like Monday the 19th, or maybe the weekend after, and I post the OVA. I don't know yet. We'll see, but it will be right after. So I'm gonna try to not make a pause, between 2 Sundays for the reactions to come up, but not sure. Thank you very much, Tom, for coming by. Very nice. Hope to see you soon. Take care. See you, Nick. Thank you very much. That was very nice. Well, since everyone is leaving, I'm gonna leave as well. I'm gonna fare you all well. Thank you very much for stopping by. If you're watching this video on replay, thank you very much for putting up with me for 3 hours. I hope you had all the answers maybe you were looking for regarding the Attack on Titan discussion, Reiner, Mikasa, Bertholt, Eren. I tried to be as, exhaustive as I could be. So there's no misunderstanding, because, in a reaction I don't have time to be really precise and say everything that I have to say. So being here with the chat gives me the opportunity to explain better, maybe. And so moving forwards, we'll have my reactions to the last episodes of the season, and then we're gonna have the live for the season 2 review, where we're gonna have the update to my top tier characters and my top tier list of the episodes as well. So we're gonna do that. Thank you very much, Lily. Much love on all of you guys. Slayer sayonara. Oh, I definitely will enjoy Attack on Titan. I definitely will. I don't believe that this anime could ever get me bored, because there's so much epicness that you're bound to love it. Even though sometimes I'm raging at a character or raging at the situation or everything, you're bound to love it. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a nice life. Have a nice day, night, afternoon, wherever you are, weekend. Have a nice summer. I'll be seeing you. I'll be here all summer. We're going to do maybe more live streams. I'll try to, especially on the gaming side. So if you're not subscribed yet and are interested in it, go check out my second channel, xxxth Gaming, and I'll be seeing you for the new reactions. Until then, please take care and have a nice life. See you soon. Bye.